When he announced last month that he would play in the Fiesta Bowl, it was a pretty big tell that Devin White planned to go pro. Players who plan to remain on campus for the following season don't typically make a habit of announcing their intent to play the next game on their team's schedule. And yet the Fiesta Bowl came and went with no announcement. And then a few more days passed. Then a few more. All of a sudden, we woke up today, on draft declaration deadline day, DDD day for those you not in the business, and White still hadn't declared. Turns out we know why. Team Devin White needed time to put together this 3-minute video announcing his intent to go pro. White runs with blazing speed while carrying 240 pounds and has the production to back up his measurables, a combination that should make him the top linebacker off the board this spring. The Spring Hill, LA native won the Butkus Award as the nation's top linebacker this fall, collecting in SEC Best 123 tackles to go with 8.5 tackles for loss, 1 interception and 4 forced fumbles. New Oklahoma defensive coordinator Alex Grinch reportedly has his first major hire in Missouri outside linebackers coach Brian Odom. Yes, that would be the younger brother of Missouri head coach Barry Odom. The news was first reported by Power Mizzou and has since been confirmed by a number of Oklahoma outlets. While it obviously doesn't compare to the one he's leaving, the younger Odom does have a prior relationship with Grinch. The pair worked together at Washington State from 2015-16, a stint that helped Grinch get the Ohio State, and later Oklahoma, jobs, and Odom get his first full-time job at Mizzou. Grinch first targeted Odom for the position last week, but Odom turned him down. A week later and the offer apparently became even more appetizing compared to the $300,000 Odom earned at Mizzou. We'll see how sweet when his new Oklahoma contract is approved. On Jan. Jeff Collins added Jim Panagos to his first Georgia Tech coaching staff as defensive line coach. A little over a week later, Panagos left Tech to take the same job at Minnesota. On the same day they officially lost Panagos, however, Collins moved to quickly fill that hole with a name-worthy, albeit inexperienced blast from the Ramblin' Wreck past. In a press release Saturday, Tech confirmed that Marco Coleman has been hired to replace Panagos as the line coach on the defensive side of the ball. Coleman played his college football for the Yellow Jackets before embarking on what turned out to be a 14-year career in the NFL. The Tech Athletics Hall of Famer comes back to Atlanta after spending the 2018 season as an assistant D-line coach for the Oakland Raiders. "We are excited to welcome Marco back to the Flats after his amazing playing and coaching career in the NFL," Collins said in a statement. "He is a tremendous representative of what it truly means to be a Georgia Tech student-athlete and we're proud to bring him home." Coleman's job with the Raiders this past season was his first as a coach at any level of football. In between his NFL career ending and his coaching career kicking off, the 49-year-old Coleman was involving in the private financial sector, ultimately working his way up the corporate ladder to become managing partner at a place called Matador Financial. Coming back to Georgia Tech, it is coming home, Coleman said. "It's an exciting opportunity for me to be involved with achieving the vision that Georgia Tech Director of Athletics, Todd Stansberry, has for the athletics program here at Tech, and I'm excited to work for Coach Collins. I couldn't have gotten a better opportunity or at a better time than right now. I'm looking forward to it and can't wait to get to work." As they are losing, or in the process of losing, a pair of quarterbacks to transfer, Arkansas is looking at the same avenue to bolster its personnel under center. Citing multiple sources, 247sports.com has reported that Ben Hicks arrived on the Arkansas campus Saturday for a visit that extended on into Sunday. In mid-December, the redshirt junior confirmed that he had decided to leave SMU as a graduate transfer and finish his collegiate playing career elsewhere. The Razorbacks' current head coach, Chad Morris, was the Mustangs' head coach from 2015 to 17, coinciding with Hicks' first 3 seasons at SMU. In addition to SMU, 247sports.com reported, Hicks has already visited Louisville. A trip to Georgia Tech is also a possibility. Hicks served as the Mustangs' starting quarterback the last 3 seasons. He left SMU as its leader in a significant number of major statistical categories, including passing yards, 9,081, and passing touchdowns, 71. Conversely, he also threw 34 interceptions and completed just over 56% of his passes. Ty Storey, who placed his name in the NCAA transfer database earlier this month, started 9 games of the 10 games in which he played for the Razorbacks this past season, throwing for 1,584 yards, 11 touchdowns and interceptions and completing 143 of 250 passes. Storey, who is leaving as a graduate transfer, is the second Arkansas quarterback to either transfer or begin the process of transferring in a little over a month, joining Cole Kelly. Kelly announced his transfer in early December, then announced he would be moving on to an FCS program this past weekend. If you thought the early exodus from Tuscaloosa was over, think again. On his personal Twitter account Sunday night, Mack Wilson confirmed that, after careful discussions with my family and many prayers, he will be foregoing his remaining eligibility at Alabama and entering his name into the 2019 NFL Draft pool. The inside linebacker had started 17 straight games for the Crimson Tide, including all 15 games this season. Wilson is the 7th Tide player in the last 3 days to make early declarations, with less than 24 hours remaining until the deadline for submitting draft paperwork to the NFL passes. Friday, it was confirmed that a quartet of Crimson Tide standouts, running back Josh Jacobs, tight end Irv Smith Jr., offensive lineman Jonah Williams and defensive lineman Quinnen Williams, would be leaving Tuscaloosa early for the April draft. A day later, cornerback Syvion Smith made the same announcement via Twitter. Earlier Sunday, standout safety Deontay Thompson did the same.